SPY just kind of chopping sideways now. So just be aware we've got that divergence in the Qs and the SPY. Point out that point out that, Tesla here. You see, this is the resistance level. I've got that 313.35, so it's just above it, but it's gonna fight through here. It might get right through. You don't know, but it's extended a little bit and it's fighting that the resistance level. So if you're in the trade, it's a good time to be thinking about taking profits. If it stays above there and then bounces here, you can try to take it, maybe take an intraday trade on it. Anybody still in Wolf straddle? It's bounced back up today. It's trading at 973, so you would be in profits now on it, based on the call being up in the money. Probably 75 or 80 cents right now for the 70-cent entry yesterday. Right, so again, we've got the SPYs up for the day. We've got the triple Qs down for the day. We get a divergence in the SPYs and the Qs. It's a warning sign that you want to be careful. We're not going to have likely to have any kind of a runaway rally today without the Qs participating. So they could turn around and go green and join the SPY, or the SPY could turn around and go red and join them. So if you're doing SPY super systems, be feeling nimble and take passive targets. Take your profits as soon as you get them. And right now, the SPY is coming off the 15 right here, and everything's green, of course. But if you're in it and you want to just take a quick profits on this, and if it closes below 15, you got to take a loss on it. the SPY super system set up right here. Again, it's coming right off the 15, but you can. This is not a good strong momentum, so you got to take your profits pretty quickly here. I'd be, if the SPY super, I'd be looking for 10 to 15 cents, 20 cents probably maximum in these. These you could get a little bit more, but that's what I'd look for right now on these trade, because the momentum is not really strong, and you've got this Q's fighting the market here to the downside. Q's, you don't want to. I don't think you want to touch the Q's on a SPY super system trade right now. This terrible chart right there. Just red and green mixed all over the place. IWM, same thing. SPY is really the only index to trade right now is a SPY super system trade. Again, I took this one here and already out for 15 cents. So. Michael, thoughts on FTNT, Fortinet? Breakout? Yeah, it's a pretty nice breakout. Big green candle here today. I mean, I'm again, as I keep saying, I'm technology stock sector's a little weak today. It's a nice move up here today, up about 8.5%. It's again, for an intraday trade, it's not bad if you take the 5-minute chart, wait for a pullback to the VWAP. That's the 8 right there. Here's your VWAP here. This is a 15 right here. Wait for a pullback and then trade it intraday. I would not trade it. I'm not going to swing it. I wouldn't swing it just because this big candle is likely to have some profit taking. I mean, if you were in this trade down here, would you be thinking about taking profits once it starts to pull back here? I think most people would. So that doesn't mean it can't keep going, but the point is there's a higher risk of having it pull back. And there's a lot of stocks set up like that right now. Amgen, Barry, Amgen with relative strength through the 100 and the 50 today. Nice. Yep, yeah, that's a nice move in Amgen. The 326.46 was a resistance level. It's just slightly above there right now. And then there's another resistance at $3 higher if we get 329.72. It goes to this setup here, Ari. See this red candle, big red candle. See where the top of that red candle is right there. Again, there's going to be some resistance there as the folks that bought here and get clobbered all the way along here. They haven't got back to break even. When they get back to break even, they're gonna sell. That's what happened right here, and it's likely to happen right here. Again, that's a big red candle. So that top of that red candle becomes a high volume resistance level. Set alert, Michael, in the VWAP for that FTNT. Yeah, it's a good way to trade it. It's very strong today, but again, I would suggest intraday trading it and not swing trading it when it's that far extended. Again, I took one SPY super system trade here today for 15 cents. That's it. Market's pretty strong, but it's not as strong as it seems because the Qs are down right now. IWM still up, but just kind of moving sideways. I took some profits in AMLX, but I'm still in some of them. Took a nice profit in Nvidia this morning. We bought some SMR here. Long SMR out to December. Closed down this Wolf straddle here. This week made 30% on that yesterday. Anybody looking in on YouTube? This is it's called the SPY Super System. We're going to call it now the SPY Super System. We have a methodology called the SPY Super System, and then this is the software called the SPY Super System, which lets us know if institutions are in the trade or not in the trade, which is what we're trying to follow. This is multi-time frame momentum. This is current time frame momentum. These are the key levels the key indicators we use. Blue and green bullish, red and yellow bearish. This is a 5-minute chart on the SPY. And the SPY Super System allows us to just follow the current time frame momentum as it goes green or blue, it's long, and red or yellow for short. And we're looking along the VWAP right here, the volume weighted average price. This becomes an entry level, a support resistance level, and the 15 is a support or resistance level. I just did a SPY Super System trade right here off of this bounce off the 15. Just made a quick $15 a contract, and I'm out right now because the SPY is really pretty flat. But that's what the SPY Super System methodology is, using the SPY Super System software package. Hey Kelvin, good morning. Anthony, you went short this morning. MNQ, yeah, they took the Q short, and Russell like 2000 as well. RTY futures, nice job. Made some money there. Ari pointing out Lily is strong after a down month. Yeah, I just got an alert on that just a minute ago, Ari, as it pulled back above a horizontal resistance level, but it's right at the 200, and it's got the 15 EMA just above that. A lot of resistance here, but this is a pretty nice reversal in Lily. Sorry, not NVO. NVO is reversing, but not as strong as Lily. Regeneron not giving us any help right now in that debit spread. SPY still sliding. Very small candles, very, very tiny candles. About 1120 here right now. Pretty hectic morning here. Market continuing higher, but the Qs are not. So you have a divergence between the Qs and the SPY. When you have that, you want to be careful not to chase too much. Again, we don't know if the market's going to continue up, if the Qs are going to join in, or if they're going to pull the Qs, the SPY down with them. But it's very hard to get a really, really strong market with a divergence between the SPY and the Qs. My WM not doing much of anything. SPY, the best index to try to trade the SPY super system off of today. At least it's got fairly consistent here right now. SMR just sliding sideways. AMLX, I took profits on some of the AMLX, still pretty nice. Daily chart's beautiful on this one. And LYB drifting down. Getting pretty flat here in the SPY. We're getting it's about 11.25 here. SPY still looking a lot of buying here. Compass, what's now called the SPY super system. Software is letting us know that the institutions are buying the SPY right now. If you look at the Qs, you notice we've got a much choppier current time frame momentum here. Switching back between buying and selling, coming in on buying right now on the Qs. This is a decent setup on the Qs, but we don't have a good trend in it today. A lot of chop in this thing. So we'll see if it joins the march up with the SPY. Right now the Qs have just gone slightly green. I put out a video last night finally with some sound. I put one out the night before without sound. Just to recap our October results on the option room, on the alert, and also on the SPY super system, and they were really good, really good. The room we reproduced, if you put 2,000 each trade, a little over 8,000 in profit. The alerts produced about a little over 6,000 in profits, and the SPY super system produced a little over 4,000 in profits, not included in that 8,000 in the room. So really a pretty nice month. for October. We'll see how November goes. Q's starting to move up a little bit here now. See if this green candle holds on the SPY, on the Qs. This Q is actually a little bit stronger than the SPY right now. Not overall, but for this last 5-minute candle. Yeah, and the Qs, I gotta see some more. I need to be more convincing evidence that we're gonna go back into an uptrend here. One candle is just not enough. Just too much chop here. So I don't want to chase anything like this. I'd rather have it move up, pull back, and then bounce off of the VWAP or the 15 EMA and go back into the trend again. We need to have a trend established, which we do not have right now. The SPY does have a decent trend. These are small candles, but at least it has an uptrend. Walmart trading nicely today. Up about almost 2% on Walmart. Q's getting a little bit of momentum here now. Again, SPY's just grinding up really tiny candles, but still grinding up nicely. Again, new all-time high, 598.10. SPY flattening out a little bit here. Triple Qs. Not really thrilled about this. This is a SPY super system setup, but I just, this price action here is awful. This is not a trend that you really want to try to join. I mean, it looks good here, but you notice we're getting, see these wicks on these candles? We're getting some move up selling, move up selling. And again, the SPY is starting to flatten out a little bit as well, after being grinding up all day long. So I'm a little hesitant to jump into anything else right now. If anybody had Walmart on, I had Walmart on for a couple of weeks. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I just took profits in Walmart. It was a good swing trade. Did you always label a trade an alert? It's a strangle an alert. The straddle yesterday was an alert. I don't always do them. It depends on what time of the day it is, how fast it's moving, how volatile it is, whether if I put a trade on, is it going to get to the alert folks in time to actually take it. Yesterday I did the alert on Wolf because it was a pretty nice setup on Wolf. I really liked it, so I did, but I don't do it all the time. You stopped trading the non-SPY super system for a while because lost 3 in a row. Try again. Can't be any computer to take them all. Yeah, you know, and that's always a problem, Doug. That's one of the reasons that, you know, the alerts are helpful, but you have to be able to obviously go in and put the trades on. And you know, with choppy markets, it's makes it problematic. But you know, we had a good month last month in the alerts. September was down $265. Last month was up about 4,000. So again, it depends on which ones you take. You could take trades and get 100% wins, or you could take 3 or 4 and get 100% loss. It just depends. But all in all, the alerts last month were 87% win rate. The room was 84. Joseph scaled out and took additional profits in Walmart. Very nice. Have a runner remaining into earnings this month. Very nice. Yeah, that's a nice setup. Again, I peeled them off. I get they're expiring next week. I'm not going to hold them. We get earnings coming up on the 19th on that. So. Again, this is a really tiny candles here in the SPY, and the Q's been really choppy. Again, I don't feel comfortable trying to take a SPY super system trade off of the Q's. The SPY's okay if you can, but right now it's really flat. So, you know, the upside's limited here, right here. So if you get in right at the 15, then you know you can try to squeeze 10 or 15 cents, but it's really kind of like scalping. And really choppy, very choppy action right now. I'm not anxious to jump into anything. UPST gap up, very flat. Tesla had a huge run up today, right through resistance at 313.55. It's still above it. It needs to stay above 313.55 at the close today to continue to be a long, in my opinion. And again, it is fairly extended. Meta pulling back today about a full 1%. Peeled off some of the AMLX trade that I took yesterday. I have shares, I have options. Still got the options. Took some shares off at a really nice profit. It's a nice setup on AMLX. Again, if we look at AMLX on the daily chart, this is a daily chart on AMLX on my TC2000 platform, which I use for charting. Look at the size of this gap. Massive gap. It's a biotech, but again, I get some high volume resistance at 1041 and 1178 before you get to the very top here of this gap. So this is trading inside the gap, just following this 8 exponential moving average up here beautifully. Once I get into the gap, it kind of went back and tested it, and now it's just kind of riding along it. So again, I'm still holding some calls, and I'm still I've sold my stock, so we'll see where it goes. It's nice, a nice risk reward on the AMLX. Must go very strong today. Nice gap up, and then just grinding higher all day long. That's when you're looking for relative strength. That's what you're looking for. That's relative strength right there. SPY's moving, but this is moving much better than the SPY. Very expensive stock, $943. SMR pulling back. A little bit of a flush candle here. I'm not concerned. This is a nice daily chart. I'm taking this off the daily chart. Again, if it pulls back a little bit toward the 8 on the daily, I'll buy some more. We took a nice profit in Nvidia today. Another about $2 a share. An option, $2 a contract profit. That is very nice. And since we get out, it's pulled back quite a bit. We would have given up that profit. So that was a good exit for us. SPY breaking down below the 15 here, so be careful. Watch this. Qs as well. I'd be real careful here right now with longs. Robert, you may not have gotten. You're looking for the October recap email, the video. You might not have got it yet. It should come today. I sent it out the other day, but they had no volume or no sound on it, so I redid it and they send it out today. So you'll get it sometime today, most likely later on today. I don't know if it's on my videos page. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look, see if it is. If I can find it in there, I'll pop it into the chat box. Of the overall market. These three things right here, Robert, I'm going to pop that. Robert, I got that link here. I'm going to put it in here for you, and then I'm going to put it in the chat box. Okay, I put it in the chat box. That's the link to the video I did last night on the recap of the October trades, both the room, the alert service, and the SPY Super System. Coming up on lunchtime here, 11:15, the market really is losing a little bit of its oomph, which, listen, it's understandable. Market's moved up a lot here in the last 3 days, and the cues. I guess, as I said earlier, multiple times I said today, the cues were red for the day, and the spies was green for the day. When you get divergences like that, it's hard to get a trending move in one direction all day long. You start to get a lot of this slow move sideways, a lot of chop, a lot of compression. All right, be right back. Just going to step away for a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry for that. Had to step away for a couple minutes. Watching the SPY still grinding up, putting in new all-time highs. Very flat here. Just chopping up. It's coming up on 12 o'clock. Now let's see what the Qs are doing. Yeah, Qs are starting to try to join the party here. Up 0.1%. So it's the first time the Qs have actually been trading with the SPY today. Robert, you're welcome. You got that link. Excellent. It basically it doesn't go into a lot of detail. It just covers the October results for the room, the alert service, the SPY super system. I do have an example of a SPY super system set up in there to look at, so you can see how those setups work. I mean, here they are right here. This is SPY super system trade right there. You get green, institutions buying, coming off the 15 EMA. But it is lunchtime. The Qs haven't had the greatest day. SPY's been grinding up pretty nicely, but the candles get really small, so you just have to kind of shoot to take small profits in this. Tesla, which has been moving up really strongly all day today. Oops. Starting to break out of compression here again now. Again, it needs to close over 313.55. It closes over 313.55. It's got some good upside room. With the Russell right here, Russell not participating at all here. Actually, 0.2%, but really flat. SPY is much better as they start to pull back a little bit. So again, I'm cautious here right now. The market's had a big run, and there's going to be some traders who are going to want to take profits. Anybody in that straddle on Wolf yesterday? It's up to 977. Paid 70 cents for the straddle, so you're in profits in that one right now. Again, we took profits yesterday at the close of about a nice 30%. How do I determine upside on something like Tesla, Joe? Well, on Tesla, I use support and resistance levels, and so if I've got obviously I've got moving averages, but see, it's above all the moving averages. Here's the 200s purple, the blue 100, the 50s right here is the reds. Above all those, everything's moving up on this big gap up. So what I have is high volume horizontal lines. These are based on high volume candlesticks from way back, and they go back quite a ways. And inside of this gap right here, I have to go all the way back here. And so what I'm seeing inside of this 313.55, above 313.55, got room to 347.03. That's the next high volume resistance level that it's likely to find. Again, that's assuming it closes above this 313.55. Remember, we're pretty far extended from the 8 here. We're pretty far extended off the 8 exponential moving average. And when stocks get extended, this is what This is what they do. See this extension, and they come back, or they move sideways till the 8 catches up with them. You see it over and over again. Netflix pulling back a little bit again, a little extended. They may not fall, but they may move sideways till the 8 catches up with them. Netflix is a nice setup, by the way. Again, I'm looking for an entry somewhere down here around the 8 with a bounce off of there. NVIDIA up to this. NVIDIA is pretty good. This is not too extended. This is not bad, but again, gets a little bit extended and it starts to move sideways. what's the source of the 350? I'd have to go in and look at the chart again, Joe. But there's a high volume candle somewhere that I had drawn a line on it. It's probably, it could be fairly old. I don't know how old it is. Doesn't matter. High volume lines are high volume lines. If it's coming off a high volume candle, then it's important. Let me highlight it and see if I can find it. Alright, so here it is highlighted. I highlighted my 313.55 candle. So I'm looking, okay, well, where does that come? Right there. See that? That's where all this high volume is. That's where that's coming from. It's a long way back. It takes me time to do this. And you have to always be looking for new ones too. Doesn't mean they're always going to work. You know, it can be buying power can shoot it right through those levels. But the point is, when there's big volume on a certain level, and especially if it has several touches on it, that means the institutions are selling at that level, and that's going to be resistance. Again, it's trading $5 above that right now, but that's not very much on $313. It's just I have to be convinced that it's going to close above that 313.55 today, and then I've got the concern of the fact that it's a little extended as well. So SPY's pulling back a little bit. Q's pulling again. This Q I don't trust it. It's been red all day, and now it's up just a little bit. Now it's trying to pull back again. Very choppy market. Listen, this is not unexpected when we've had such a big run up in the market in the last 3 days. There's got to be some profit taking. Akamai taking quite a hammering today off of earnings. It's a really big drop in Akamai. It's the Akamai daily chart right here on TC2000. It's a pretty big drop. I have to go ahead and try to find some support levels on this thing. It's right on support. You see how this is the bottom of this candle. That's a high volume. See another high volume here, right there. That's a high volume. That's high volume here on the top of that candle, the bottom of that candle, bottom of that candle. These high volumes are pretty important. I don't know that I haven't seen this used very much by most people, but I use it. You notice right now I'm saying, okay, I'm not going to short Akamai, it's right at support. Will it bounce? No idea, but I'm not going to short it. Am I buying more SMR? I haven't yet. It's coming back down toward the 8. I'll probably wait till the end of the day. I'm not going to buy it now, Roger. It's below the VWAP. I got to wait till it gets above the VWAP on the 5-minute. Again, I'm looking for an entry. I don't. When you're going to try to add on a pullback, you don't want to buy when the stock's actually pulling back and continuing to pull back. You want to wait for it to pull back, find support, and then bounce, and then go back into the original trend. Then you want to get into it. By breaking down toward the VWAP now. Market getting a little bit weak. Right at lunchtime. Very, very slow market here right now. Dan pointing out P&W through the all-time high. Yep, P&W really looks good. I mean, it's another tech company here, but it's strong here today, up 1.2%, and it's breaking out really nice. It has earnings on 11/20, so just be aware the earnings aren't that far away. Nice setup though. Again, Nvidia pulled back fairly hard since we sold it for profit this morning. And I took profits in Walmart, and we talked about 2 weeks ago. I've had that position on, so not one that I posted in the room, but it's one we talked about in the room. So I know a bunch of folks are in that one. Market's starting to drift down here a little bit. AXON with nice relative strength. Big gap up here today, about 21%. Fortinet, again, gap up as well. A lot of these offer earnings. Capped up, but just kind of moving sideways now. Deckers. Palantir up nicely today. Sophie, that was called out in the room a little earlier. SOFI, nice setup on SOFI. All-time high in Costco, still moving up. Oops. Let's try the right symbol. There it is. Beautiful move in Costco. Wyse pulling down, supported about 26.54. See what the market does after lunch here. Right now it's just a nice move in the SPY this morning. Everything's pulling back now a little bit right toward the VWAP. Costco's still looking pretty good. I'm watching MSR to add to some more, but I gotta see it bounce back up above the VWAP. It's bouncing, but it hasn't got it back above the VWAP yet. You strangle an alert. I'm not exactly sure what you mean, Doug. I did an alert on the strangle yesterday on Wolf. An alert is if I take a trade and I want to send it out to the alert service. Depends on how late it is in the day. If I think it's going to be a quick trade, if I think it's a very high probability trade that they'll have time to get in and get out of, then I send it out on an alert. But a strangle can be an alert. I did a straddle yesterday, and it was alerted on Wolf. Costco creeping up here toward 950. All right, so just kind of watching. The market's just kind of slipping sideways here now, as it's about 12:25. We're kind of at lunchtime. Nice little move up in the SPY this morning. Qs not so much. Qs are red. So as I had been mentioning earlier today, when you get a divergence between the SPYs and the Qs, it's difficult to maintain any kind of a trending day. You're likely going to get some from compression, some chop, maybe some pullback. So tough to take any SPY super system trades off of that. Again, I'm waiting for SMR to get back up above the VWAP and then go back into the trend again, and I'll probably add some more. Costco continuing to show relative strength to the market here. Again, we still got a divergence between the SPYs and the Qs, so it's hard to get them trending day when you have that. We had a trending day in the SPY this morning. Now we're just chopping, and it's likely to continue to chop as long as the Qs continue to go sideways and down, and the SPY is just falling into compression here. People are taking profits. I mean, this is a big run up in the market. People have the inclination to start to take some things off the table. All right, I'm going to stop here in a minute and take a break. Would I consider adding to Costco here if it continues this compression? If Costco is up so much today, it's such a big gap up here. If I was going to trade this as a swing type trade, I would wait till Monday and see what kind of a pullback. If you're going to trade it today, you want to take a cheap call, like a 952 call or a 951 call and try to run a lottery on it. But I wouldn't. I just think that the market is just not giving support to Costco right now. Costco is really strong. I mean, it's been moving up all day long. But if you think it's going to keep on going up, it's going to need some market support, and we're not getting that right now. So I would just wait, personally. If it breaks out of compression and it moves to the upside, you could try to grab it for a quick intraday trade. But I don't think I would hold it over the weekend. All right, so I'm going to get some lunch. We'll go ahead and end the live feed on the YouTube right now. Thanks everybody that was on viewing in YouTube today. I appreciate it. Hopefully you've get to see some of the SPY Super System software in action here, plus the SPY Super System trade we've taken. We had some nice trades this last October, and some nice trades yesterday and today. Big trade in FI, big trade in Wolf. Big trade in Nvidia this morning. Really nice trades, and we just try to do that each day. All right, everybody. I'm going to shut down the feed here on YouTube. We'll see you. We'll be running YouTube each day. Thanks, Kevin. I'll enjoy my lunch. I appreciate it, Kelvin. And we try to do YouTube every day from about 11 to 12 or so. I let it run to about 11:30 today, 12:30 today. So have a great weekend, everybody, on the YouTube channel.